Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. Today's going to be a really random ass video. We're just going to be talking makeup again. My favorites makeups. And we're going to put them on my face. And Nelson, this is Louie. Nelson and Louie are going to be joining us. Okay, Louie. You're done? Okay. I have a problem. Louie doesn't like to be without me, and Nelson doesn't like to be without Louie, so therefore they are always together. I'm going to go over some of my favorites in this video that I've been loving, and some old makeup, and just like, let's get ready for nothing. It's 8 p.m. I'm going to wash this off in the shower as soon as I film this, but that's my life now, I guess. I first want to start off with the Beauty Blender foundation. I know this had a controversial launch and everything, but they have extended the shade range, and I didn't buy it until after they extended the shade range, after Tati was talking about it, but my shade is 1.1, so it takes a lot of this to cover my face in a way that I like. I'm still trying to figure out my setup in here, because I can't really see too well. My skin has gotten better. I have a little spot right there, but most of everything else is just scarring. Now, I know this looks like it's too light, but my neck is the same color as this, and of course it diffuses as, oh, I just got a bunch of foundation in my hair. So this is my foundation on. I look crazy, but my neck does actually match. And I did get a little bit tan when I went to Ohio, of all places. And by tan, I mean like eggshell white. Okay, we're going to go in with some concealer because, boys. Hi, Louie. Hi. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I'm taking the Born This Way concealer, the chunky one, and see how this is. It's a bit darker than my foundation color, sheared out, but I'm going to put it on my scars, and just some places where I have more redness. Again, if you hear noises, it is definitely the dogs. They never hurt each other. They're very loving and respectful. At least that's how those are the family values we have in this dog family. Boys. Oh my god. Louie's using a stuffed Meredith, which is Taylor Swift's cat, as a shield. So now I'm going to go in with concealer. This is the Fenty Beauty in 100. And I'm going to take this under the eye for some brightening, because it's hard to brighten when you are so pale. And I actually really don't love this concealer, and I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites like the other two products I mentioned, but I still own it, and it was expensive, so therefore it gets used. Now, I actually like to take a ring finger, when dealing with this concealer, just because a sponge soaks up so much of it. I will go over it with a sponge, but just press it into the skin with a warm finger. I also find this disrupts the foundation a lot less than if I go in with a beauty blender. And then I go over with a beauty sponge and just pat in the concealer, and then I really do like the finish on it, but you just have to finesse this concealer more, and I feel for like a $20 concealer, or however much this is, you shouldn't have to work that hard to make it into something you like. Now we're going to do the scary part, which is the baking, and this powder I actually love, which is from Fenty, and it's the lavender powder, so it does have a purplish hue, I've never done my makeup on my bed like this before, so this could be very dangerous. Okay. Taking my beauty sponge. I like to go on the ridge of my nose to make it look a little bit skinnier. Louie, he likes to dig holes where there aren't holes, aka beds and floors. If you have any tricks curbing this behavior, please let me know. I bring it all the way down around my nose, my Voldemort nostrils, so that I can just keep all the creasing at bay. Because those are the only places I'll really go ahead and bake, are the places that I'm worried about creasing. I used to go in and do like a little jaw thing here, but I don't know. I've gotten kind of lazy, so instead I pop a little in my smile lines. And then soften it so it doesn't really do too much of a baking effect. And then put a little on the middle of my forehead where I get creasing, and then a little bit on my chin just for the brightening effect. I'm so glad my dogs are just, they're originally on the floor, but then I put Louie up here because he was crying, and then Nelson jumped up here. And the next step we're going to work on is the eyes. I'm going to do my brows first, if I can find where my brow pencil is. Okay, so I have a Brow Wiz, which honestly I think I'm going to stop buying these because I go through them so quickly and I don't even love the way it makes my brows look. I don't think anything can save my eyebrows because they're just so unattractive in my opinion. My whole life have been really unhappy with my eyebrows. I shaved them all off when I was in the 6th grade. Nelson! So a hazard of doing your makeup in a room with your dogs is this. Nelson just ate a beauty blender. I have the other piece. I didn't let him eat any of it. But okay. Oh my god. He's never done that before. What's wrong with you? Okay. Let's open up the blood sugar palette and pretend like everything's fine. I tie-dyed this t-shirt myself, by the way. Just a weird flex that I thought I'd share. Okay, so I'm going to take a fluffy brush and dunk it into the shade Sugarcane, which is just a light transition shade. What I really want to talk about in this video is Taylor Swift, which is how most of my conversations start, and everyone I care about in my family and in my life is done with me talking about Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift. I have a Taylor Swift Tumblr, believe it or not. She's just my queen, and she just released Me on 4/26, and I just about had a heart attack, and it's been a very anxious week. She causes a lot of anxiety for her fans. It's a joke, but it's not a joke. And then I'm going to switch into Cake Mix and Ouch, which are some browner colors. And just kind of do a really basic neutral look, and I like to just add those slightly darker colors into the crease just to deepen it up. So I love what these 3 shades do to a crease. I just think it's so pretty and delicate. Delicate! Oh, I hate myself. It's fine. Okay, now I'm going to take the shade Cavity, which is the bright pink shade, and put it on my lid with a kind of packer brush. But look how pigmented this is. This is a pressed pigment, not an eyeshadow. So I'm going to go back in with my blending brush and pick up some Tongue Pop, which is a little bit of a warmer kind of transition color, I would say. And just duck that into the crease to just make this a little bit smoother. Because I don't want it to be like, oh my god, pink eyeshadow, but more like, oh, pink eyeshadow. Like a really smooth blend. Now I'm going to take Candy Floss on my finger, which is one of those really nice, like foiled, like wetter shades. And put that in the center and pat it onto the middle of my eye. I feel like this kind of looks similar to what I did with my Kylie palette, but it's so much easier to do this way. You don't need like a ton of pink shades to create a pink eyeshadow look. You really just need one. Anyway, I'm going to go back in with my blend and just soften. Soften. We love to soften. Okay, so I'm done with the eyeshadow. I don't know, I just wanted to have fun because I'm not actually going anywhere, but not too much fun. Okay, I have a tiny little roller lash that I love. Roller lash is my absolute favorite. I will be stocking up on more roller lash. And again, what I really like about this powder is even though it's still baking, it's settling into the skin. So it doesn't leave as much work to do when you're like dusting off, because it really does bake into the skin. Which I'm sure isn't great for the pores, but like, fuck you pores. Okay, now I'm going to do my bottom lashes. Pray for me. Okay. Now that the eyes are done, it's time to wipe off the bake and talk about my favorites on the face. Because I feel like, oh, they're just so important to the look, the face, everything. Okay, so I like to generally just kind of wipe off the bake with a bigger brush. Get it off my face, and then go in with a more detailed brush, like this one, and really go in under the eyes and make sure all of that powder is not gone, but you know, into the skin or like off my face. Now I'm going to take one of my favorite things, which is this Hourglass palette thingy. I'm pretty sure all of these are available separately, all of the things in here, but the bronzer in here I love so much because it warms up the face so quickly. So I take a JH05 brush and into the bronzer, and really you can see how quickly it delivers, and this can be kind of annoying, but it really gets the job done well. I don't know if it's just how pale I am, but I have heard other people talk about the formula of these and that they didn't like how quickly it delivered product because it can look a little bit muddy. But I'm a fan. And it just kind of warms up the whole cheek. Because it's not really, it's a bronzer, it's not a contour. So even though it's concentrated right there, it just kind of, what am I trying to say, Charlotte? It just spreads across the whole face. And it looks really, really nice. I have like a small forehead, so it doesn't really make sense for me to like take a bunch of bronzer up there. So because I have so much baby hair that I basically don't have a forehead. I don't know. I just don't. No, then my favorite blush that, like, not my favorite blush, but this is a really good blush in here, which is, if you wanted to get it on its own, which is just Luminous Glow, is so pretty. And I've like hacked at this a lot, and this tiny little guy in here is like hanging out, you know? Oh, see, look how pretty that is. The just like color it gives you is so pretty. Ew, there was like a crunchy dead skin. I'll always take blush on my nose. Always. And you know, on the forehead, everywhere. You want to be a blushy queen. Who doesn't? And then we move on to highlight. My absolute favorite highlight product of all time are these Kylie Wet Sets. Super expensive for, I'm sure, what these are. But I love it so much. So I take the lightest shade and a tiny bit of the pinky shade and just put it on my cheeks. Oh, this is the best highlight. Okay, well then I like to go over that crazy highlight with this Natasha Denona Super Glow Powder, which really creates kind of like a mirror surface on the skin. This is such a soft powder, and you just take it over what you've already done, and I kind of bring it down on the cheek a little bit further than I put the Kylie, so you just get such a wet and reflective look on the skin. Like, talking about wedding season, like, this is my go-to. Yes. Oh, so pretty. Like, my favorite nude lip of all time so far is this Jeffree Star in Can't Relate. This seems like really Jeffree Star heavy. Lulu, what are you talking? What are you doing? What are you doing, Lulu? But this is just such a good color, so what the heck. I'm gonna put it on and then show you my favorite gloss to put over it for like a moment. This just goes good with every look. Oh, I love this lip. It's so pretty. It's the perfect hue. But I like to kind of like ruin it by putting so much glitter on top of it. This is the Too Faced gloss in All the Stars, and this is so sparkly. I'm gonna need to do a weird close-up on my lips to show you how beautiful this is. Okay, so this is weird. I'm kind of waiting for that lip to dry all the way, but do you see that? Like, that's not just the light, like, that's what it looks like. I think bottom lip versus top lip. I'm gonna dip in. It smells like cupcakes. Okay, so this is the finished look using all of my recent favorite products and a t-shirt that I tie-dyed my freshman year of college. I tie-dyed this myself. Like, that's impressive. Thank you. I heard your applause through the computer screen. He's just staring at me. Let's do like a slow zoom into what Louie's doing. The life of Louie. Hi, Louie. Hi. Hello. Do you look like a raccoon? Yes? I love him. Lip gloss. Still poppin'. Cute dog. Cute dog. Hi, Bubba. Also, shout out to my friend Harley who got me this pillow. He doesn't want me to show you the pillow. Anyway, the pillow says this spot is reserved for Taylor Swift. Do not sit here. Which is going to go on a chair or something in a future apartment. Not my bed, because that's kind of weird. Because, like, Taylor, I love you, but, like, you don't need to be in my bed. Like, we can sit somewhere else, you know? But Louis likes to tunnel and make every pillow his pillow. Okay, Louis, tell your adoring fans, I'll put his Instagram down below. He has a amassed following of 130 followers, so he's famous. Well, it's way more than my subscriber count, so. Can anyone relate who just spends all their time with their dogs and has made up a pretend narrative about how your dogs feel about you and each other? And their personalities and what they would talk like if they had a human voice? I think that Nelson would sound kind of like Kermit, Jenna Marbles' dog, and I think that Louis would talk in a baby voice right now. He'd just be like, oh my god, I'm so excited to see you, everything's awesome! Anyway, if you enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up. And please subscribe to my channel, because no one is. I will see you sometime soon for an update or video on something.